Now, one of my students have asked me how I might sketch the graph of a quadratic. Given in the general form I have y equals 3x squared, take 4x plus 1, by first of all representing it in the completed square format in the vertex form, and then hence stating the coordinates of the vertex. Now, the big difference of this to my previous video on this sort of stuff is our a value is no longer equal to 1 here. So in order to complete the square, I'm going to have to take the common factor of 3 out. But that's 3 doesn't divide nicely into the other terms here, creating fractions. And you know, when you're first dealing with that, it can be a little bit confusing to get your head around what's going on here. So let's step you through. The very first thing I want to do is take the common factor of 3 out of everything here. So when I do that, I'll end up with an a value of 1 for my x squared, which is what I'm after, which is the reason I'm doing this. But I need to divide every other term by 3. So this will be negative 4 on 3x and add 1 on 3. So now I've divided everything by 3 on this side. From here, I want to complete the square of just the quadratic inside the brackets. So I'm going to keep the 3, the common factor of 3, out the front here. And I want to follow the same process that I did before. So what that process was halving the b value. So half of negative 4 on 3. Now half of that is going to be negative 2 on 3. And I'm going to add that squared on this side. I'm then going to add 1/3. I'm going to change these to square brackets so we can see them a little bit nicer. But I also need to subtract this negative 2/3 all squared to make sure that I keep my equation balanced. From here, the nice thing about this is I can easily complete the square of this part here. So this is now going to be this x take 2/3 all squared like that, plus 1/3, and then I need to simplify this, so this will be subtract 4 on 9. And now essentially I want to join these together, so 1/3 is a ninth will be 3/9, 3/9 take 4/9 will be negative 1/9. And now I need to multiply everything by 3. So this becomes 3, x take 2/3 all squared. 3 times this will be negative 3/9, which is negative 1/3. Now that in essence is the trickiest part, getting it into its vertex format. From here we can very quickly identify what the vertex is, which is opposite sign of this. So 2/3, same sign of this, so negative 1/3. But like last time, we also want to identify where the y-intercept is to help us sketch this. So to find the y-intercept, I want to know when my x is equal to 0. So I'll substitute 0 back in for my x in here. So essentially my y is going to be 3 times 0 take 2/3 is just negative 2/3 all squared, take 1/3. Now when I multiply this out, negative 2/3 will be positive overall, be 4/9, so 3 times 4/9, take 1/3. 3 times 4 is 12, 12 on 9 is 4 on 3, so 4 on 3, take 1/3. 4/3 take 1/3 is 3/3, or just 1. So therefore, my y-intercept occurs at 1. So now I've got this information, I can go ahead and sketch it. So I always start with my y-intercept, so that occurs at about 1. My vertex is 2/3 negative 1/3, so 2/3 negative 1/3, it'll be down here somewhere. And now I draw my quadratic as symmetrically as I can and label it. So in summary, I guess when you've been given the quadratic where the a value in general form is not equal to 1, In order to be able to complete the square, we need to first take that common factor out of everything to make the a value equal to 1. Sometimes that might mean that we have to start dealing with fractions. From there, you can then complete the square, identify the vertex, identify the y-intercept, and hence sketch your graph.